CM Punk is back with Fox on WWE Backstage. I have to make that point straight away, otherwise people lose their minds and they can't handle it. But yes, if you didn't see the show as WWE Backstage last night was coming to an end, Renee Young said they had a huge surprise cult of personality hit and outwalked the voice of the voiceless, genuinely to the surprise of the likes of Samoa Joe and Paige. I don't think anybody at Fox had told anybody other than Renee Young. He looked right into the camera and said, just when they think they've got all the questions, I changed the culture, and I have no idea what that means. Not really a one small step for man moment, but who cares? This is something we've been asking, and this is something we have been pondering for literally years. So now we've got to figure out what the deal is. Still pretty exciting, I say, and gives you a damn good reason to watch WWE Backstage. But yeah, CM Punk has returned to WWE. Kinda. Why? Here's why. If you don't know, this isn't too shocking because it did come out a few months ago that CM Punk had auditioned for WWE Backstage, but from there, we didn't really know what had gone on. That meant it was just a cool story for a few weeks as we debated what the future may hold. And look, as I've already stated, this is a Fox deal and not a WWE deal, even though they clearly are in bed together, because WWE social media channels were promoting this like it was WrestleMania 92. But maybe, just maybe, some people in WWE, some people backstage were like, we don't really want this, so there was some red tape to sort out. I don't know. A lot of bridges were burned back in 2014, so maybe this was always going to be a step too far. As it turns out, no, it was not. And that is mostly why it did happen on a WWE affiliated show as opposed to happening in a live arena, which has come to the disappointment of many, but not really. If WWE and Punk were ever going to extend an olive branch, it was always going to be something like this to start it off with. And look, like I say, we just don't know. Maybe this is just a cool gig for CM Punk that allows him to earn loads of money, sit around and talk about things that are happening on Raw and SmackDown. You can't begrudge somebody that. The dude has a huge following, fans love him, and if you don't believe me, again, just go and look on social media. You would have thought the world was about to explode. Wrestling fans everywhere were losing their damn minds. For those being super cynical about it too, I think you need to cast your memories and your minds back to the past and remember other situations like this that have led to incredible comebacks. I mean, look at the 2K games. Thanks to 2K, we got Goldberg, we got Sting, and somehow we got the Ultimate Warrior back in a damn WWE ring. And the latter is the one that you should remember the most. I mean, there was lawsuits, there was falling outs. The Ultimate Warrior ragged on WWE at every occasion he could, and yet still, they were able to find a way to put all of that behind them and arrange a deal. So if you can do it with the Ultimate Warrior, you can damn sure do it with CM Punk. Again, it doesn't mean it is going to happen, but now, well, the chances just increased. All it ever takes is a bit of movement from each side, and given that a few years ago, Punk was like, I will never do anything even like this, well, now he is doing something like this, so maybe he will move a little bit further, and you will see him on your brand of choice, which obviously could be any brand, because all the brands are the same, even though we had a damn brand split. In terms of Backstage itself, well, trust me, they needed to do something. It doesn't matter if you're not interested in TV ratings, but despite the first couple of preview shows doing all right, the first official one, the premiere, whatever you want to call it, only drew 49,000 viewers. Now, 49,000 viewers seems like a lot when, imagine you were at a stadium or arena and you looked out and you saw 49,000 people. But given that FS1, the television channel that hosts it, goes to like 80 million homes, well, it was so bad, some people actually thought there was a mistake. They rang up the appropriate people and went, is this a mistake? They were told, no, you only did 49,000 viewers, and probably everybody panicked. Like, if a Y video only does 49,000 viewers, I feel like I've let myself down, and I am not on FS1. In case you got confused. The message was clear, WWE fans just weren't that excited about WWE Backstage. Well, bravo, Fox and WWE. Everybody is damned excited about it now. While Punk isn't going to be there every single week, he's just going to pop up when he feels like it. He is going to be on next Tuesday's show. It will probably do 78 million viewers. And look, yeah, this may have been on the card since the start and it just all tied in very nicely. Or again, people knew they had to do something to try and fix this, so they brought in CM Punk. And I don't think we're actually thinking about what this means. All of a sudden, I now live in a world where CM Punk, the guy that walked out of WWE in 2014 and did that podcast and everything else, will tell me what he thinks about the Bobby Lashley, Lana and Rusev storyline. That is a timeline I didn't even know that I existed in. And here I am waking up on a cold November morning, and I'm here. I've arrived. I enjoy this alternate reality. Also, there is no way that Punk would have agreed to this unless he has said, I want to be able to say anything I want. Fox have probably gone, look man, 49k, you can say whatever you want. So all the crap and all the rubbish that you see on WWE every week that you want to moan about, CM Punk may be about to do that again on a show that is affiliated with the person and the people that are putting on this crap television. That is gold. Yes, it's not as good as a return pop, but there's something to this. As you can probably tell, I am jazzed about it. As a quick tangent too, don't listen to all these naysayers that tell you you're not allowed to be excited about this. Of course you are. It doesn't guarantee anything, but if it puts a smile on your face, then that is what the world and that is what your life is all about. Ignore the whole, well, he's only signed a Fox deal and, well, this doesn't mean anything. I don't know why people are looking into it. You're allowed to look into it. You're allowed to speculate. You're allowed to use this to have a more enjoyable day than you would have done otherwise, as long as you keep your expectations in check and don't get disappointed if your own expectations don't get met. A lot of people do that and then it does become on you. But if you just enjoy it for what it is, then I applaud you. We're fans, and fans at the end of the day are allowed to mark out, to use the appropriate term, because wrestling is meant to make you happy. Everybody always forgets about that. Again, if you do go on Twitter, you'd assume wrestling is meant to make you miserable all the time, but it's not. It's meant to please you, it's meant to make you feel good, and if seeing this has done that, then make sure you run all the way to the bank with it and cash in your happy check. And also, as for Punk himself, let's congratulate him on landing a pretty cool job. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? I know I would. I would love it if someone said, Simon, do you want to come on this show that hopefully in the future will be doing really good ratings and really good numbers and just run your mouth about WWE and you can do and say whatever you want? Be like, yes, I do want to do that. I mean, I get to do it here now anyway, but if I could do it somewhere else too, then it's a couple of thumbs up for me. He's also the exactly right person you do want for something like this, because he doesn't hold back. I mean, if you saw his interview at StarCast a couple of months ago, if you ask him a question and he truly believes in the answer, he's going to throw it out there. And if you don't like it, well, it sucks to be you. Also, I think we have now come to the point where we literally can never say never when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. I know that's a cliche, but man, there were some points within the last, 5-6 years, whatever it's been, when I was like, it can't happen. There is too much bad blood. And now we are one step closer, there's that phrase again, one step closer to it actually being a reality. Which of course means we have to speculate on what could be next. So I'm going to say, hey, maybe one day John Cena does go to All Elite Wrestling, he goes to AEW. Again, people out now in the comments go, that will never happen. Yeah? Well, CM Punk is on WWE Backstage. The Ultimate Warrior came back and Sting went in and Goldberg made up. There's other ones too. Bret Hart got screwed over live in a WWE ring and even he came back. So I don't even know what to think anymore. I can't predict anything. The whole world has been turned upside down and it happened from out of nowhere, which probably means Randy Orton is going to be involved. But yes, this is definitely a thing. I'm not joking. I'm not trolling you. And WWE is on board because they put out a press release. They mentioned he left in 2014. They mentioned the controversy and they even called him one of the most beloved WWE stars in history. If that isn't trying to sort something out, I don't know what is. And also, you saw the Raw rating, you know what it was. It dropped to like 1.7 in the third hour. You need star power right now, and I will leave you with this question. In terms of free agents, in terms of what people are out there, who you can bring in from nowhere, who is a bigger and better name than Phil Brooks, aka CM Punk? I will leave you to debate that. I will leave you to think about it. And of course, I look forward to staring at the comments later with everyone saying this is just a pile of crap. If we can't enjoy anything in 2019. Yeah, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about CM Punk returning to Fox, returning to WWE, and what this means for the future. And there are no wrong answers, but try and be friendly and try and be nice. Like, share, and subscribe. Head over to WhatCulture.com and read yourselves some articles. Follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. And look, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to be transparent. Yes, there are going to be a lot of videos about this on the channel because of course there would be. As I've just said, we're wrestling fans. We're excited about this too. We want to talk about it. So make sure you check all of those out on WhatCulture Wrestling. My name is Simon from WhatCulture. Thank you very much for watching. And like I say, I like this. I love it. As soon as I saw it on my old Twitter device, it did put a big smile on my face and it makes me want to watch WWE Backstage. That's all I need right now. If he appears at the Royal Rumble or he appears at WrestleMania 36 or he appears in a random episode of SmackDown or Raw or whatever, I will just take that as a little bit extra. I'm just going to see where all this all goes. CM Punk is now kind of re-affiliated with the WWE, and especially like a year ago when all that news was coming about Colt Cabana and the lawsuits and Vince McMahon and Triple H. You got to take what you can get, and I'm taking this and I'm shoving it down my throat. Also, I already mentioned Bobby Lashley, Lana, and Rusev, and I also get to find out what he thinks about Brock Lesnar, what he thinks about Daniel Bryan, what he thinks about Samoa Joe, what he thinks about the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre, and they are points that I'm genuinely interested in. I want to know what he thinks the next step forward should be for WWE and if they're going in the wrong direction. Let's face it, CM Punk definitely thinks WWE is going in the wrong direction. He thought that in 2011, and here we are almost 10 years onwards, and really, nothing has changed. I'm also not buying into this whole, oh, Punk's sold out, what an asshole Punk is. Not really, dude. Allow him the opportunity and just feel good for a different human being. It's called positivity, the power of positivity, the pop. New Day do it, I do it, lots of people do it. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I am going to go lay down. I may go back to sleep. If you saw Raw ups and downs yesterday, still not well, but this news got me. I was like, I gotta make a video. I don't even care. I will see ya when I damn see ya.